हाय गाइस सो काफ़ी टाइम से मेरे पास बहुत मैसेजेस आ रहे हैं वे पीपल आर आस्किंग मी दैट हाउ डू वी प्रिपेयर फॉर डेटा एनालिटिक्स। हम इंटरव्यूज़ के लिए कैसे प्रिपेयर करें, कंपनीज आजकल क्या चीज़ें पूछती हैं एंड हाउ डू वी क्रैक दोज इंटरव्यूज़। एंड ऑनेस्टली आफ्टर बीइंग पार्ट ऑफ हायरिंग पैनल्स एट EY एंड इवन इन माई करंट रोल, मैंने एक बात बहुत कॉमन अंडरस्टैंड करी है। मोस्ट ऑफ द कैंडिडेट्स दे फोकस ऑन टूल बट दे फॉरगेट द बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ डेटा and therefore they fail in interview logics. इसलिए I'm thinking of starting a complete interview series, starting at a beginner level to advance. I'll be focusing first on the students who are planning to go into in data analytics fields, the beginners, the professionals who are thinking of switching their fields. In this series, we will focus on tools like Power BI, Excel, SQL, basic data foundations, what lies behind the mind of an interviewer. सो अगर ये सीरीज चाहिए फॉलो करो बिकॉज माई फर्स्ट इंटरव्यू रील कमिंग टुमारो। बाय बाय। After taking so many interviews at EY and even in my current role, I've realized beginners they make one mistake. Hi guys, welcome to series 1, episode 1 of my interview series. Why I'm calling this series 1? Because this is dedicated to students and beginners who are planning to come to data analytics field. So imagine you're sitting in front of me for data analytics interview and I ask you 3 very basic questions. Now I'm not checking if you memorize your definition. I don't want bookish answers. I want problem solver answers. Now here comes my first question. Define unique identifier, primary key and foreign key. Question 2. What are inner joins? How are they different from left joins? And my question 3. Why are duplicates dangerous? Now I am checking 3 things. First thing, can you think practically? Second thing, can you give me the example relating to real business problem? And third and most important thing, you have to explain in simple human language. Now as part of this series, Hey guys, want to know how interviewers find out fake SQL learning in 2 minutes? Hello and welcome to episode 2 of my interview series 1. उल्टा हो गया ना? Welcome to episode 1. फिर उल्टा हो गया. Welcome to my interview series 1, episode 2. नहीं हूँ यार. So question 1. What is a group by? Now you will say it groups the rows. Technically सही है. But what interviews want to check if do you understand what is business reporting? That is the So आप बोलेंगे ग्रुप बाय कन्वर्ट्स ट्रांजैक्शनल डेटा इनटू बिजनेस इनसाइट्स। अगर ग्रुप बाय नहीं होगा तो मेरे को मल्टीपल रोज दिखेंगी सेल्स डेटा की, बट अगर ग्रुप बाय होगा तो मैं उस सेल्स को ग्रुप कर सकता हूँ एंड मैं चेक कर सकता हूँ बाय रीजन, बाय कंट्री, बाय बिजनेस, बाय एंटिटी। नाउ क्वेश्चन 2, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन हैविंग एंड वेयर क्लॉज? अब मुझे सिंटैक्स नहीं चाहिए, आई नो यू विल गिव मी अ प्रॉपर डेफिनेशन ऑल्सो, बट आई वॉन्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड अगर आप समझ रहे हो कि हम ग्रुप बाय और हैविंग को कब यूज करते हैं। वेयर डेटा को फिल्टर करता है बिफोर एग्रीगेशन, हैविंग समराइज्ड रिजल्ट को फिल्टर करता है आफ्टर ग्रुप बाय। क्विक एग्जांपल, वेयर सेल्स इज ग्रेटर देन 1000 तो बस रिकॉर्ड फिल्टर करेगा ग्रेटर देन 1000, बट हैविंग सम ऑफ सेल्स ग्रेटर देन 1000 ग्रुप्ड बिजनेस को फिल्टर करेगा। Please understand this logic, it's very important. Now comes number 3, very important. अगर null values को हम ignore कर देंगे तो क्या problem होगी? Now here comes actually analytical thinking. You will say that null does not always mean 0 or blank. It indicates that something is unknown, missing or not available yet. That is what null indicates. Null actually changes the calculations logic, especially if you are thinking with aggregation calculation, average or something like that. Null misleads the information. Therefore, it's very important to treat your nulls very carefully. That's very important thing I'm telling you. Keep that in mind. Hi guys, welcome to episode 3 of my interview series 1. Question number 1. What is data normalization? So as per the definition, normalization reduces the redundancy. Technically yes, definition is correct, but let's now talk about the logic behind it. So normalization डेटा को ऑर्गेनाइज करता है ताकि डुप्लीकेट स्टोरेज कम हो, अपडेट इजी होता रहे एंड मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंटली डेटा कंसिस्टेंसी मेंटेन रहे। नंबर 2, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन OLTP एंड OLAP? I know this is where the freshers struggle, right? So here comes the understanding. So OLTP system daily transactions handle करता है and OLAP system our favorite analysis के लिए होते हैं. Alright? So one runs the business and other helps the business taking business decisions. And now comes my last question, question 3. Why does business prepare data warehouse? And now comes my last question, question 3. Why does business prepare data warehouse? So now you will say for storing data, but no, that's not true. Business का data हर जगह है. The main purpose is to bring that entire data at a one particular place so you can do the reporting and analysis on that data. You would not want to give 20 different Excel reports to your stakeholders, right? You want to give them the insights. So therefore, we need data warehouse. In short, one source of truth. So here comes the most commonly asked question in an interview. Hi guys, welcome to episode 4 of my interview series. Explain different types of schema. So schema basically defines how tables are organized and connected inside a data warehouse. The 3 most common schemas are star schema, snowflake schema and galaxy schema. So let's break it down. Let's talk about star schema first. So star schema is the most commonly used schema in Power BI and in the business also, business reporting. So star schema में एक central table होती है जिसको हम fact table बोलते हैं and that is surrounded by multiple dimension tables and the structure it forms, it looks like a star, therefore it is given the name of star schema. For example, I have a transactional sales table that is connected with my dimensions, multiple dimension of say customer, products and even date. Now comes the second type of schema, that is snowflake schema. So snowflake schema is a normalized version of star schema wherein we have further dimension tables. So for example, one of my dimension table has another dimension table which speaks about city or country. Now the third one, galaxy schema, it is also called as fact constellations. Why? Because we have multiple fact tables surrounding common dimension tables. So now tell me in comments, which schema have you used the most? Now here comes another follow-up question. Why do companies prefer using star schema? So now you will say that star schema, it improves the reporting performance and also makes business analysis simple. Think of a star schema like a manager sitting at the center and all the departments are reporting to the manager. So now the communication becomes simpler and faster. Therefore, in real companies, in data warehouses, most of the models in Power BI or any visualization tool, they prefer assigning their tables in a star schema structure. This one Power BI question silently rejects so many candidates. Hi guys, welcome to episode 5 of my interview series 1 for beginners. What is the difference between a measure and a calculated column? Calculated column gets calculated row by row and is physically stored inside the model. Whereas a measure is calculated dynamically based on filter, context and user interaction. And then quickly give an example. Profit transaction is a calculated column, but total sale changing by year, entity, country, that is what you call a measure. If the candidate cannot answer it properly, then probably the DAX understanding is weak. So what is interviewers secretly checking here is obviously your DAX foundation has to be strong. Secondly, do you understand what is a filter context? And third thing is the optimization awareness.